We are back, and 'tis time for us to do a bunch of things. First things first, though, we're going to the Royal Bank to withdraw our funds. Withdraw all. Actually, can I inquire about a loan? Approach the lending section of the bank. The teller asks you if you would like a loan or to learn about how they work. Take a loan out. Choose how much. 20% charge, 2% yearly. How do loans work? When taking out a loan, because I want to see how this simulates it, borrowing a sum of money now with the promise to pay back a slightly or significantly larger amount later, depending on how you end up doing things. The bank will allow you a loan of up to 2,500 gold per territory you control. However, there will be a 20% fee added to the top of whatever loan you take, and then a further 2% charge each year until the fee is paid. Not paying off your loan can be expensive, so don't forget about it. I mean, that's not even that much. Like, the number of territories I own would not give me a great deal, but I could potentially use that money to earn a fair bit at the in gambling, because I can increase the money by 50%. So if I'm paying 20% on the money, I'm still making money. But I think it would be better to use that kind of like a loan to make money on a bigger bet, like the champion. What could possibly go wrong? No. Now I need 10k. I have 6k to get police into the crowd to reduce crowd interference. Oh my lord. Doing that alone would make buying the arena worth it for me right now. So, for example, if we go to the arena and I inquire about it, I mean, if I attack the arena, would I be able to just take it? Because I could easily win the fight. Or would it, like, completely ruin the arena forever? I would like to purchase this place from you. Wants 80k for me to buy it. What say you, chap? I feel that this local businessman, has done a great job of managing this arena. I'm not going to punish them by waiting until they've built a good version of it and gone through all the trials and tribulations, getting the planning permission, contracting the builders, expanding this from a tiny little fight pit, which is what it started out as, to this grand. I don't actually know if it's a grand arena. I think it's just a regular one. Actually, is it? Yeah, it's just a regular arena. But I feel it would be very wrong of us to just snatch it from them. Support local businesses. And on that note, let's go and speak with the Grand Champion. It's Eric, the Champion of Sand. They're an undead, by the looks of it. Oh, no, that's not an arrow going through their head. I think that's a headband. Okay. But I think we are going to bet on them. They're going against Farkon, the Nefarious Wild Hunter. Let's bet on them, but I'm not going to bet a lot, he says. I'll bet 2,500. The crowd roars as the two fighters emerge from either end of the arena and march ever closer. The bloodthirsty crowd watch closely, awaiting the first blow. Okay, we have bet well, I think. We'll see. Yeah, no, that was a solid blow. Followed up again, and they're down. Wow, that was that simple. We made 2,500 from that. Nice. Okay. No, I don't want to resurrect a loser. My lord. It would also be wrong to throw 6 hard-working peasants who are just trying to follow their liege lord's orders into a lava pit, but here we are. What do you mean? They are sourced from willing sacrifices. They clearly signed their names on the form saying, I, peasant number 1, do hereby, of sound mind and body, give permission to be tossed into the lava pit for the betterment of my lord and their country. Don't look into it any further than that. Definitely don't look at the fact that we don't actually teach the peasants how to read or write. Alright, okay, well that was great. The illiterate peasant wrote all of that. Your education system must be fantastic. Shh. Alright, let's have a look at the fights here. Bandit or blind bandit? I'm going to bet on the bandit, and I'm going to bet a decent amount on this blind bandit. Not blind bandit, I'm going to bet on the actual bandit. It's right there on the 1024th page of the fine print. There we go. Blop. We win. No. Bet on this fight. Gladiator versus a knight. Honestly, I just don't know which one is which. Would you say a seasoned pit fighter, a gladiator, would be better in a gladiatorial arena than a knight? I bet the 6 peasants are a whole family. No orphans out. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't leave anyone out. Except the dogs. We don't sacrifice the dogs in the lava pit. I'm not gonna put a lot of money on this, but chat, you can call it. Whoever types the full name, not the number, but the full name of the participant. Gary says knight. Okay, we're betting on the knight, and I'll put 100 gold on it. Actually, I'll splurge. 141 gold. 0. None. Radiant Wisp. Well played. I actually like that. Damn. Oh, wow. Okay. Did someone just fireball the gladiator? I swear. Stop booing at the gladiator. They're up against a pretty... oh, my lord. Gladiator would probably be winning right now if it weren't for the fact that someone fireballed them. Like, gladiators much better than knights. Noted. No. A cursed gladiator or a cursed gladiator. I'm going to bet on the cursed gladiator, but I'm not expecting this to go too well. They are cursed. Stop cheering for the bloody bandit, you scoundrels. Get smashed by a bottle thrown from the crowd. I must fight this child. You must. There we go. Please stop throwing things at my gladiator. Scoundrels, a lot of you. Okay, Divine Shadow as Great Esfanti. It's like the second most powerful creature in the land, going all in. The gates slide open and the two fighters both quickly dash out towards each other, ready to spill some blood. The crowd are ecstatic, and the cheers and roars from the crowd echo for miles around. The Divine Shadow Esfanti launches themselves into the air, blocking a swing from the Bandit Lord whilst they're in midair, which is very impressive. Well, and upon landing, they just whip around and crack the Bandit Warlord on the head with force. Then the Divine Shadow Great Esfanti and the Bandit Warlord get caught in a parry, but the Divine Shadow Great Esfanti's berserker strength breaks the parry instantly, and they get a sharp blow on their opponent. Following that, the Divine Shadow Great Esfanti gets an effortlessly well-placed pair of strikes on the Bandit Warlord. It was so fast that it caught my mind for a moment, and I lost the ability to speak. Finally, the Divine Shadow Great Esfanti tries to attack, but slips and misses, to great shocks and dismay in the crowd. Sensing that they had brought great shame upon themselves, they redoubled their efforts, and they got a devastating hit on the Bandit Warlord. There we go. Curse of being so good they never die. Well, that would be an interesting curse. There we are. We won 33,282. No, I don't want to bring the bandit warlord back. Right, we've got 11 more fights to take all of the rest of the money. Goblin Berserker versus a Dastardly Ash Fawn at Arms. Honestly, I don't think a Berserker is going to be amazing, but... The Defied Pug, thank you ever so much for those 5 gift subs. That's incredibly kind of you. Taco Man, Aborash Kempachi, A Play, Potato of the Year, and Dr. Mobius all have you to thank for their robes. Reheating my pie with the gladiator battles in the background. Fabulous. I'm glad it is amusing to you, Manufair. I don't know this one, so someone can call it. And I'll put like 100 gold on it or something. God, imagine WARSIM with Twitch audience participation and everyone got to bet on the... Like, you could actually bet dapper ducats on the fight. Oh. Should we do Gamba for a tournament? We could totally do Gamba for a tournament. However, how would we do it? Like a gladiator fight, it's just 2 things, and then Gamba is always one of 2 options. If we did a tournament, we'd have to do a Gamba for every single fight in the tournament. That could take a while. But I'd be willing to do it for you, chat. You're worth it. But for now, who are we feeling? Goblin Berserker or Dastardly Ashfawn? But I said 2. Okay, Dastardly Ashfawn, you get 100 gold. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Dastardly Ashfawn does seem to be, on paper, the better one. Yeah. Thank you very much for winning me some gold. Right, 10 more fights. A Levy Soldier versus an Underground Half-Giant Berserker. Chat, once again, you may choose this one. Gary said 2. Very well. You can have 100. Well, you know what, Gary? You said it with such confidence, I'll put 270 on it. Tal, thank you very much for the 23 months, mate. No, I'm not going to go all in on it. You mad? It was far too close. Okay. The Underground Half-Giant Berserker managed to dodge an arrow from the crowd. Well done. The crowd starts chanting, Underground Half-Giant Berserker, Underground Half-Giant Berserker. That is a mouthful to chant. My God. Well done on the hit for the Levy. So they are... Wow. Okay, that was a huge strike. I was going to say they're very lightly tapping each other. But thank you very much for the gold there, Gary. And Tal123, thank you so much for 5 gift subs. Another 5 gift subs. That's super, super kind of you. Thank you. And for the resub as well. That's amazingly generous. So, Como Apocalypse Andy, love the name. Eodian, Cupcake Mixie, and Jarf all have Talv to thank for your robes. And Dictator Penguin in there with the 6-month resub. Thank you. Thank you very, very much indeed for all of your support. Right, a prisoner rebel soldier versus a terrestrial Orkling champion. Ooh. Okay, so we took a rebel soldier prisoner. And we are now having them fight a terrestrial Orkling champion in the arena. It's not a grand, in the arena for our amusement. This is the most on-brand thing I have seen this game do so far. This is glorious. Ah, truly. Merlin's Fallen. Go for the Orkling. Very well. We'll bet on the Orkling. However, I do not have much faith, so I'm only going to put 174 on this one. Okay, it is super close. Alright, the prisoner got a good strike on the terrestrial Orkling champion. Blocked a swing, quickly blocked another swing. The terrestrial Orkling champion got a head hit on the prisoner, doing 42 HP damage. Wow. The prisoner rebel soldier walks away for a moment and holds his stomach, then lets out a fart. Many in the crowd laugh hysterically. Apparently, it was quite a potent smell because it threw the terrestrial Orkling champion off his game, and the prisoner cracked the Orkling champion on the head. The terrestrial Orkling champion, incensed by being made a fool of, got into a parry with the prisoner, broke the parry, and then instantly got a sharp blow. And then blocked and managed to return a small strike. then gets an effortlessly well-placed strike on the prisoner rebel soldier. Moral of the story, don't insult the people that you're in a death match with, okay? Treat every fight with especially fights to the death, with the respect that it deserves. There we go. We won the bet. Thank you very much for that. All right. Only 8 more fights to take a lot of money from this place. Soldier versus a dastardly Ashfawn. Again, not something I really want to bet on, but I'll let chat pick. Number 2, again, very well. We'll pop down 430. I'm not going all in. See if I'd went all in right now, drop table, this would have scuppered all of our plans, you scoundrel. Bloody... Actually, I kind of wish the soldier hadn't dodged that, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, the Dastardly Ashfawn is dead. I lost 430 gold. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's see. A Divine Shadow Great Esfanti versus an Afflicted Divine Shadow Esfanti Calfling. Okay, so the number 1 is both a tier higher and isn't afflicted. We're going to go all in. This is our last chance. Well, I mean, as all in as they'll let me. Okay. The Divine Shadow... Shadow Great Esfanti. Actually, no, it's Great Esfanti, so this is the highest tier. So tier 3 versus the tier 1 that's afflicted. Gets a well-placed but light hit on the afflicted Divine Shadow Esfanti. Oh. Okay, so this is where you die. Now, incensed as we've seen, the Divine Shadow Esfanti Calfling is going to turn this fight around. Or not, apparently. The Divine Shadow Great Esfanti and the afflicted Divine Shadow Esfanti Calfling stop the fight for a moment to high five. Or apparently they appreciate farts in their culture. And the Great Esfanti Shadow, yeah! And then flicks off the afflicted Divine Shadow Esfanti Calfling's attempt to hit him and returns it with a swift blow. And then kicks the afflicted Divine Shadow Esfanti Calfling. And then stabs and rips open a deep wound in the afflicted Divine Shadow Esfanti. Do you need to do that? Was that necessary? This was one of the children of your kind. And they were afflicted. There's probably pus and gore like leaching into the sands of the arena pit now. I'm going to have a squad of peasants clean that up. My lord. But I did make a lot of money, so I forgive you. Yes, we're going to resurrect you. Okay. They lost 35 battle score, but they might still be very strong. They might still be super strong. A quick death, at least. Well, I'm not sure it was that quick. It was a battle. But thank you ever so much for that strong showing of support there. Diolch yn fawr iawn for all the gifted subs, all of the resubs. It's fantastically kind of you. Really appreciate it. Right, well, we leave the arena with 39,388. Got a ways to go before we can bite the arena, but let's go and check our staff and champions. Right, let's see. What are your stats then, Milado? 81. You're basically slightly stronger peasant. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Do I even give you a name? Yes, I will. For now, but I'm eventually going to have to start getting rid of them. I'm not going to lie. Barias, there you go. Actually, let's modify that a bit. So, your name shall be Barias. Let me capitalize it properly. Barias the Afflicted. There you go. At least it'll be 160 at night. That is very true, Manic Manofer. That's stronger than a knight in the right conditions. That is actually very true. I mean, better than Disillusioned Acronym by a significant amount. Right, let's see about hiring a steward. Oh. Oh. Do I... Oh. Oh, wait. Wait a second. We've got different people this time. I mean, a 155 military isn't awful. They'll focus on hiring anyone that can join the military. I would prefer someone else, though. But I'm not even sure necessarily who I would go for. Maybe someone who's kind to raise our public opinion? What say you, chat? Shall we give Spelder Greatfire a chance? Do I have enough visitors to lead a steward? Not really. I've got 10 so far. You know what? That's a good point. I could probably leave it. But what I was thinking was more... It would be nice to have them so I could do the council. Slightly chilly actually raises a good point. Gotta support the troops. With a name like Splendor Greatfire, how can we not? You also raise a good point. Support amazing names. Though on that note, Rayleigh the Carnivore is a pretty solid name, but let's have a chat with you. I make good decisions. It's what I do, and I will try and recruit as many as possible for your armies. Please hire me. It was prophesied by ancient text. I'm not gonna mess with a prophecy. Okay, fair enough. Hired. Punk. However, you're also going to be renamed. So 9, Dunk. Who's up next? Drop table. I can't put an underscore, sorry. Table. Great fire. You're not going to lose that name. That name's far too good. Right, auto-train the steward. 123 gold per turn, but it'll be okay. Show me last year's throne room report. Your steward doesn't have any reports from the previous years. He was not working, and no records have been kept. I am a bad record keeper. Wow. That is so anti what I'm actually like. You would have records detailing how many times the guards looked the wrong way if I was actually the person keeping those records. What do you do? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, anyone you don't speak to in your throne room at the end of the year, I deal with on your behalf. If you speak to them all and leave none left, then I sit around and scratch my ass and you pay me for it. I mean, you gotta appreciate the honesty, at least. Imprison everyone who is... I could just straight up tell them. Yeah, put everyone into jail. Okay. I'm amused by that. Right, court jester. The potential court jesters are sent to your court. You may speak to each of them to learn their skills and talents. Drogo Redglove. I'm very funny and I specialize in non-orc jokes. I have always been a supporter of your family. I require pay of 25 gold. Oh, it was nice to know you were a supporter. 84 skill though, not even 100. Mythid the Pure Heart. I am highly regarded by kings and queens of the realm for my work and I specialize in orc jokes. It will be my pleasure to fart for you. I expect payment of 42 gold. Literally 114 skill. I feel that this is wandering in the direction of more of a kink than a joke at this point. I can fart in 3... years, definitely moving in the direction of a kink. Okay, fart in 3 colors, and I specialize in orc jokes. I had references, but an ogre ate my parchment. I expect to pay a 54 gold. 121 skill. Another one with orc jokes. How many farts a year so we can evaluate the per fart cost? God damn it. Okay, well we need a name for the jester. I'm not gonna hire a jester until I've got a name. But I agree with Fatino. We'll take Mirthin the Pure Heart. Will orc jokes antagonize the orcs? That's a good question, actually. Obviously, the multicolored farts are superior. I mean... Okay, well, if Profane Banana gets the name, then we'll go with Vigo the Bulwark. If no names come in, then we wait. Oh, there's Doob. Okay. Well, Doob, I'll let you choose. Do you want Mythin the Pure Heart or Vigo the Bulwark? Vigo, very well. Multicolored farting for you, I see. All right, I'll hire you. Now I want to talk to my court jester. Very well. Auto-train the jester. I kind of want to know how this is going to change things. Okay. Now in training, I hope. Does it give better jokes? Okay, tell me a joke. Honk honk. An orc walks into a bar. 4 hours later, he gets inside. Okay, again. 2 orc hunters were riding along the road to go bear hunting. They came upon a fork in the road where a sign read, "Bear left." So they went home. Okay. Okay. I guess that's sort of funny. One more joke. 2 orc hunters were riding... You gave me the same joke? I almost feel like throwing you in the dungeon. Very well. I'll get a name before I throw you in the dungeon. Now then, with that done, I actually kind of feel like trying to get a 5th champion. So, you currently have 39,188 coins. It's going to cost me a fair bit to get a high strength person. But I could get Sir Balar, the Moonlight. Or Imanil, the Arcane. Or invite or scout for a new set of champions. Or anoint a knight to the position of a champion. I think I'm going to anoint a knight. Because that gives me, well, I'm assuming it gives me a free 150 strength champion. Which, whilst normally I'd be like, well, that's not good. It's just a knight. I want my champions to be knight superior strength at least. But at this point, the average strength of our champions is actually quite low. So a knight is going to pull it up. So, sure. You call forward one of your loyal knights, named Brokvar, the Old Knight, who bows to you. Named the Old Knight? That's interesting. It is customary for any knight to complete a trial before becoming a champion. How will you go about this? Oh, there shall be no trial. Let's get on. No, it's customary. We stand for tradition here. Order a trial to be arranged. Brokvar, the Old Knight, nods and prepares for the trial. Which trial will you choose? Climb to the top of Mount Saroth and retrieve a stone. Plus public opinion. Find me an artifact plus gold, or win a combat trial against another warrior plus strength. Ooh. I'm going to say 1 or 3, but chat, someone can weigh in on this one. Okay, so Fatina Decay says 1, but then 4 people say 3. And one of those 4 people said, please. That's a very... I'm sorry, Fatina Decay, but Goblin Menace wins because they said please. Never underestimate the power of polite conversation. Brokvar, the Old Knight, is brought forward and explained his quest. He must fight with a random champion to become a champion. Brokvar, the Old Knight, and Althalos, the Cocky. Okay, it's going to be a fist fight in the throne room. It's like having my own private arena. This is amazing. It's probably going to take a while, though. Okay, a bone-shattering punch. Wow. A hard punch. Okay, they landed a bone-shattering punch back. Hard punch. Another hard punch. A light punch. Alathos, the Cocky, landed a light punch. Missed. Brokvar landed a hard punch. And then missed. Alathos, the Cocky, barely touches the opponent with a wide swing. And then lands a light punch. Brokvar misses. Then lands a light punch. Okay, it's back and forth. We're looking for something. Oh, there we are. Bone-shattering punch. Then a light punch. Then missed. Then another light punch. Then barely touched. Then another barely touched. Bone-shattering punch to our knight. Another bone-shattering punch. Okay, we're getting there now. They're getting serious now. They realize that the end of the fight is close at hand. There we are. The fighting is finally over. The winner of the fight is Brokvar, the Old Knight. +5 battle score. Okay. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Okay. Brockvar the Old Knight steps forward and bows down to you. You can anoint him with the ceremony, as is tradition, or you could ignore tradition and just make him a knight. I declare him a knight. Simple. I mean, he was already a knight. Large ceremony. I want fanfare. Oh, number 2, rather. I don't miss that. I have nightmares about those trumpets. You pay the gold and arrange a large ceremony. A crowd is gathered and the horns sound as Brockvar the Old Knight steps forward. Brockvar the Old Knight nods and then kneels to you, kneels to before us, bowing his head. He lifts his head and says, "As I live and breathe, I swear to protect the realm of Sylvanas and its people." Well done, well done. Beautiful words. Quick, buy a new band. No! I'm being tormented. Brockvar the Old Knight is anointed and rises a champion of Sylvanas, +3 public opinion from the ceremony. Oh, nice. Very nice. Strikes his sword into the ground and nods to you. Thank you, my lord. He then gets up and heads off to your court to take up the position of 5th champion of Sylvanas. Okay. Let's have a look at your stats. 153, as strong as a knight. Makes sense, he is one. Ask about their past. Once a goblin threatened my village, so I beat him. Next week, an ogre. On the next month, a marauding giant. I beat them all. But one day they stopped coming. So I left home to seek foes to beat up until I can't do it no more. I then worked my way to being a knight of Sylvanas before being anointed to 5th champion of Sylvanas. Nice. Very nice. All right, Brockvar, you get a name. And your name shall be M. Carter, the Brawler. There you go. Delcare? What? Did I do something wrong? Hashtag typo? Oh, was it in the game? There's a couple of them. If you do notice any though, chat, let me know and I'll post them to the dev. I'm doing my part. Right, okay, so disillusioned acronym. What is your skill again? Just, you're reasonably good. Yobgod the Fist of Revenge. Does it tell me who they are? I held Fort Kulak for a time until my demotion. Now I fight directly for you. Oh, Delcare, the name of the champion. I see. I can't see their stats anymore. I can't see their race, and the race matters. Yeah, Yobgod is an awoke corpse. Well, he's not an unawoke corpse. He's an awoken corpse. Right, on that note, though, let's go to the necromantical altar and raise courses. There we go. All right, now, with the remaining Amune, first we're going to go and recruit as many people as we can. See if anyone wants to join. Oh, 12 bandits, 4 goblins, 2 goblins, and 12 bandits. Okay, I quite like that. Terrestrial Orklings, not hiring them. Let's try and hire all of the free peasants we can. Not bad. Then I'm going to hire the scum for a very reasonable price. That's perfect. Good morning, Darkest Dodo. Now then, with that done, go to the kingdom. Let's have a look. In terms of the bandit groups, only the tricky cavalry and the clandestine or orange cloaks remain. View their stats. They got 6 total lands and a lot of troops. And the clandestine orange cloaks, 1 land and almost no troops. So we're going to take them out, I think. Yeah, I think we'll take them out. So the clandestine orange cloaks are our next target. Let's check out adventurer group though. We've got two options here. Now, which one was the one we wanted to check out? The one that was slavers. I think it was Nethiel. No, they seek fortune. The Anointed Company? No, they seek to slay many. Try to summon them. Okay, generous gift? Sure, 5, well... yeah, sure. Plus 10 chance. Aavak, the swordsman leader of the Anointed Company, arrives. I have some questions. Tell me about yourself. There is not much we could say that you don't already know. We're a group of adventurers who seek nothing more than to slay those who stand against us. What is your ultimate goal? Our goal is to slay as many as we can, to become the finest killers and fighters in the land. Tell me about your race. Our race? We are men. Well, how is your reputation? We are known by many, but not exactly famous. Okay. I can quest or have a request. I'm not sure. What would request be? Okay, let's hear it. I'd like you to disband and stop adventuring. I'd like you and all of your troops to join my army. I'd like you to ally yourselves with me. I'd like you not to harm my people anymore. You don't have any free space for a champion. Oh, I could have taken him as champion. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Maybe I could take... oh, wow. Imagine I could bring on a champion of... like, one of the pygmy demigods. Take care, Drop Table. You have a good one, mate. I have a quest for you. Lower the bandit level in my lands, please. There we go. We've received word that they failed the quest. Ah, boo. Boo hiss. Boo hiss. But now I know that I can potentially hire them. We are going to go in here and Yobgod, I'm afraid. Yobgod, the Fist of Revenge, with your extremely low stats of 87. It's time for you to leave. Goodbye. Alright, what we're going to do instead... I'm not sure this is going to work, but we'll try. I want to see what happens anyway. So the Pygmy Cloud Demigod heroes. Let's summon them. Once again, I'll send 500 gold. Okay, has arrived. I have a request. I'd like one of your finest warriors to become my champion. You make your request. Anything could happen, but several things can impact your chances of success. I can't accept this request. Oh. That's a shame. How about joining the army? Okay, let's see. Can't accept this. Ah, I'm decided to leave. Okay, that used up my emissary. Alright. Alright. I understand. Probably worth it. Probably worth trying. They're very powerful units, so taking one of them would be amazing for us. Let's go back here. Now, I could host a tournament, though. I could host an 8-man tournament. This would possibly... now, I have to pay for it. But this would potentially give our current champion... like, we could... Okay, there are currently no champions nor grand champion in the fight roster. Watch more fights and this list will fill up. Oh, okay. But we could have a tournament. The first bandit they slew was named Manny, and so having slain Manny, their quest was thus complete. Poor Manny. I can't hear the name Manny now without thinking about Jagged Alliance too. The DeSantos bartending brothers. We could go ahead and do an 8-man tournament. Sure, I'll put down 3k for this. This is where we're going to be... Oh, they've added more money. Oh, that's fantastic. So I can bet on it too. Amazing. Plus do public opinion too. All right. We've got Taunos the Line Slinger, Borkvald Blackstone, Bonog the Hood, Sir Karen of the Far North, Elfire the Faraway Prince, Gak the Unmoved Sword Fodder, and Hulk the Clumsy. Would I like to bet on the champion? Yes. I'm going to bet on our champion. And I'm going to bet the full 1,000 that I can bet. Okay. We're going to watch the next fight. We're going to watch all the fights in this tournament. But we will watch the next fight. Right, who's it going to be? This is between Esaruk, the Champion of Sands, our Grand Champion, and Tornos, the Line Slinger. The gates slide open and the two fighters emerge, ready from the gates. The crowd is electric and their chanting can be heard from miles around. The warriors charge in and prepare for death. There are 3 fights after this one. Okay, time for predictions. This is your chance to get involved, chat. So, start a new prediction. Who will win? Will win the arena fight. And the choices are Esaruk, Champion of Sands. We'll just call it Esaruk the Champion. Or I could go with the champion. No, we'll go with Esaruk the Champion. And Tornos, the Line Slinger. You shall have exactly 1 minute to cast your ducats into the pot. Go. I vote for the warlock in the crowd. God damn it, Dutrius. Why? Why? Why do I think you might actually be right? My lord. Alright, it looks like Esaruk the Champion is getting a lot of love from chat at the moment. There's 40,000 Dapper Ducats, 50,000 Dapper Ducats in Esaruk's corner, and Torsen only has 7,000. So I imagine some might start betting for Torsen just to potentially win big on that sweet odds. You might not win, but if you do, you're going to win big. All right. Let's see who wins. Out of the gates, Esaruk gets smashed in the face by a bottle thrown from the crowd. I swear I should just add the crowd to this choice. Esaruk the Champion swings wildly, hitting nothing. Then gets a light but sharp hit on Torsen for 39 HP. Then gets a pair of dazzlingly quick strikes on Torsen. Okay. Pink Pessimists starting to hurt. Starting to sweat. Then the sweating is over. The Champion of Sands gets a hit on Torsen, a head hit on Torsen and kills them. Absolutely destroyed. Well done. Blue Believers, you win some amount of Dapper Ducats. Worst 3K I've ever spent. Oh, that's what you get for voting against the reigning champion. 77.6k go to Cersei the Mage and 13 others. Well done. All right, on to the next. Close on the line slinger is defeated and eliminated from the tournament. The crowd cheers and shouts for Aavak, the champion of Sands, as he leaves victorious. No. All right, watch the next fight. It's going to be between Borkvald Blackstone versus Bonog the Hood. Should be interesting. All right, start prediction. It's going to be Borkvald Blackstone versus Bonog the Hood. Once again, you got 1 minute. I get home and I just missed Gamba. Ah! You also missed being dropped from the team. Oh God, you were a little bit too weak to make the champion lineup. You were beaten out by a Shadow Asfanti who is weaker than you technically, but at night time is much stronger than you. Which was very sad. Very, very sad. But don't worry, we're going to have Gambas for the whole 8 fights in this tournament. Never bet against the elephant. No, never bet against the elephant. What I'm not doing is looking into the stories of all of these champions. We don't know who they are. But if we watch just lots of fights, eventually more and more champions will be added to the list of champions. Like, they'll become regulars. And they'll automatically be entered into the next arena. So we'll kind of have an idea of how capable they are. Oh, this one's much closer. This one's so much closer. Okay. Let's see how this one goes. All right. This one is far, far closer. Let's see how this plays out. The crowd screams and shouts as the two fighters emerge and begin the long walk to the center of the arena. The moment is tense as they get ever closer until they are almost in reach. The crowd waits eagerly for the first blow. The first blow is landed by Borkvald Blackstone, who cracked Bonog the Hood on the head for a dazzling 20 HP. Then tried to attack but slipped. Bonog the Hood counterattacked Borkvald Blackstone on the head with significantly more force. And then got a light hit in there. The crowd starts chanting, Bonog the Hood, Bonog the Hood. Okay, so the crowd has a favorite and the favorite won. Galvanized. They were energized by the crowd's love of them. Bonog the Hood gets a pair of dazzlingly quick strikes on Borkvald Blackstone. And they fell. Just like that. Best 10k I have ever spent, says Plumber Smack. Oh, the Blue Believers in shambles. Bonog the Hood wins. There you go. Bonog the Hood. Well done, Pink Pessimists. Right. No, don't want to raise you. We'll raise the loser of this tournament because they're no doubt going to be reasonably good. Right, next one is going to be Sir Caron of the Far North. Very well. 33.1k went to Plumber Smack and 7 others. Well done, Plumber Smack. I'm now worth 20k. I am the best at gambaing. I am gonna bet all my children in Vegas. I was gonna say that I don't think the children are an accepted currency in Vegas, but it's Vegas. Probably is if you go to the right place or the wrong place, as the case may be. Right. Up next is Sir Caron. We're not going to be able to type his whole title, sadly, so I'm not going to leave it in. Versus Elfire. Actually, you know, Sir Caron of the Far North versus Elfire, the faraway prince. That's an impressive one. Okay, let's see how this goes. You've got 1 minute. Out of ducats to bet. It is how it goes. Gambling is cruel, but fair. It's a far match. It's true, actually. The Far North is the faraway prince. Proxy war time. You either get a lot of money or stop spending money on children. Win-win. Wow, Gary. That's... my lord. Yikes. Ooh, Dara's, man. All in on Elfire, the Faraway Prince. That is bold. Bold move. I respect it, though. I respect it. We've actually got more money on the Faraway Prince. It seems that many people can be swayed by a title. Never bet against fire. I mean, that is true, actually. All right, time to watch the fight. The gate slides open. The two fighters emerge readily from the gates. The crowd is electric, and their chanting can be heard from miles around. The warriors charge in and prepare for death. There is only one more fight after this. Sir Carrion of the Far North gets a pair of quick strikes on Elfire, the Faraway Prince, and the Pink Pessimists are sweating buckets right now. Elfire, the Faraway Prince, slips on a patch of blood. Their own blood. At that point, Sir Carrion of the Faraway North, noticing that Prince Elfire is all talk, no action, just puts them out of their misery with a stab right through their head. Right through their head. They didn't clonk them on the head. They didn't cleave their skull. They just a precision stab through one eye and out the back of their head. And like that, all of those dapper ducats. More people bet on the prince than on Sir Carrion of the Far North. What made you think some faraway prince? He was probably some wallflower. Just lived in the lap of luxury, has known only silks and the soft touch of oiled slaves. Whereas Sir Carrion, literally a sir from the far north, a pretty rough place to be from to begin with, but somehow they carved out a knighthood up there. They've known only war. Wow. Today, chat learnt a lesson. Don't trust a title, especially if it was given to you by the person who claims to own the title. Sir Carrion wins. Elfire, never underestimate the Inquisition. He had elf in his name. It was inevitable. Did they really learn a lesson? That's true. 66.8k just went to Plumber Smack and 13 others. Well done. Well done. All right. It is time for the final match. We are not resurrecting an elf. Oh, actually, no. It's last but one. Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, versus Hulk the clumsy. Should be an interesting one. Very well. So, we've got Gak, the unmoved. Actually, we'll just go the unmoved sword fodder. I'm not even sure what that name means. It's very confusing. Versus Hulk the clumsy. All right, chat. This is your last gamble for now. Best of luck. Begin. You have 1 minute. Red shirt versus Imperial Stormtrooper. The clumsy will win for sure. See, maybe this is all just a con. Hulk is actually known back home as Hulk the Precise, but decided to enter themselves as Hulk the Clumsy to throw the bets. Sword fodder means one whom swords feed upon. That's actually a good point. Good point, Yobcot. That makes a lot of sense. I just think I deserve another adult beverage, right? Yes, Plumber Smack. You did well there. You can definitely afford it with all those dapper ducats. 7.7k riding on this. Don't let me down, Hulk the Clumsy, says Plumber Smack. All right. Bets are in. Let's see. The crowd scream and shout as the two fighters emerge and begin the long walk to the center of the arena. The moment is tense as they get ever closer until they are almost in reach. The crowd waits eagerly for the first blow. Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, steps back and avoids a swift blow from Hulk the Clumsy. Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, takes a bow for the crowd. Then Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, swings for the Hulk the Clumsy but slips and misses. Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, parries with Hulk the Clumsy for a moment. Then tries to attack but misses. I'm a little bit worried. Gak is doing a lot of things but achieving nothing, whereas Hulk is biding their time. The crowd begins chanting, "Kill Gak, the unmoved sword fodder. They're really, really bad at this." Hulk the Clumsy and Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, stop fighting for a moment and high five. Ah, see, I told you it was all part of the plan. Hulk has clearly told Gak that don't worry, I'm absolutely precise. Within 10 paces, I will stab you in one of your non-necessary lungs. Crowd roar for Hulk the Clumsy. Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, blocks a swing from Hulk the Clumsy, then ducks a swift blow from Hulk the Clumsy like it's nothing. The crowd cheers. Oh, an upset. Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, gets a very sharp strike on Hulk the Clumsy. Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, kicks Hulk the Clumsy hard. They have a look of disbelief on their face. It was inevitable, though albeit admittedly sudden betrayal. Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, stabs into Hulk the Clumsy's body, and Hulk the Clumsy falls dead. I should have bet more, says Fiery. Well, maybe I shouldn't go to Vegas. Whop whop. It's an important lesson though, Plumber Smack. Well learned. Hulk the Clumsy is defeated and eliminated from the tournament. The crowd cheers and shouts for Gak, the unmoved sword fodder, as he leaves victorious. Alright. The unmoved sword fodder wins. Well done, blue believers. Minus 33 HP, he only had 10 left. He's already dead. It's true. 56.8 thousand Aavak ducats went to Manifer and 14 others. All right, we're not going to resurrect. The finals are actually nowhere near us right now. That was just the preliminary rounds. Oh, my lord. Chat, you've got many gambers yet. You've got 3 more. We are now into the semi-finals. Aavak, the champion of Sands, versus Bonog the Hood. And then Sir Karen of the Far North versus Gak, the unmoved sword fodder. Rejoice, for there is much more gambling to do. Okay, up next is the champion of Sands versus Bonog the Hood. Make your predictions known. You have 1 more minute. Dutrius, I'm winning 3/4, so a nice tidy profit so far. Next bet is all in. All in! All right then, Plumber Smack. Let's see how this goes. Champion dude for the win. It is fated. Was it written? Oh, wow. Wow, okay. A lot of people feel very confident here. We're up to 160. Oh, sorry, 125. I thought it was 160. It was 116, clearly. Aavak ducats on Aavak, the champion of Sands. The reigning grand champion. But there's up to 50,000 Aavak ducats now on Bonog the Hood. Bonog the Hood had a very strong showing against Borkval the Blackstone. But then, so did the champion of Sands against the Line Slinger. This is going to be an interesting fight. Obviously, I have bet 1,000 ducats of my own on Aavak, the champion of Sands. So I clearly want them to win. But will that be what the arena has in mind for us? Plumber Smack, I just put 20k on Bonog. Okay, okay. We'll see how this goes. It's time for the fight. Watch the next fight. The crowd roars as the two fighters emerge from either end of the arena and march ever closer. The bloodthirsty crowd watch closely, awaiting the first blow. Bonog the Hood is grazed by an arrow shot from the crowd. Yes! Well done, crowd. Bonog the Hood gets a very sharp strike on Aavak, the champion of Sands, dealing 50 HP worth of damage. The crowd cheers for Aavak, the champion of Sands. Hopefully this gives them a rally Aavak, the champion of Sands, gets a good hit on Bonok. Good. 20. Then a fairly light hit, but still manages 13. Then he quickly swings and gets a decent hit on Bonok the Hood. Okay, so Bonok managed to get a lucky hit. It was quite a weighty lucky hit, but still, it was luck. Aavak is reasserting themselves. Bonok the Hood shouts, I'm going to hurt you so much your ancestors are going to feel it. Aavak, the champion of Sands, retorts, it's okay, I won't hurt you. I won't hurt you. Hee-yah! Ah, the old bluff. Bonok the Hood dodges the fire. God damn it, Warlock, improve your aim. Aavak, the champion, whilst Bonok the Hood was busy dodging the fireball, swung swiftly and gets an incredible strike on Bonok the Hood, dealing 114 hit points of damage. That's possibly the most damage we've seen in the arena so far. Plumber's back. Aavak, you've ruined me. I blame Leafin. Fiery curse you, Warlock. Ah, this is a marvelous victory. Well done, Blue Believers. You're going to take home a tidy prize. 74% of the Dapper Ducats on the line were in the Champion of Sands camp, but still, you're going to have 50,000 shared out amongst you. Well done. There you go. I once saw someone do 500 plus damage. Wow, okay. Rip Plumber Max children. Poor Plumber Max. Gonna have to sell them. You're not gonna gamble them off. You're gonna have to sell them. I only have 106 left. How am I going to afford rent? Oh no. We didn't leave them with enough to afford rent. You've always got to leave them with enough to afford rent. It's like always leave them with enough for the taxi ride home. Can we hire the Warlock to help secure the results? Well, I mean, maybe. Boomio, thank you very much for the 28 months, mate. And welcome to the stream. You've caught us towards the tail end of the... well, it's actually the second tournament, but this one is the first one that I'm letting chat gamble in. All right, up next. Oh, actually, Bonok the Hood is defeated and eliminated from the tournament. The crowd cheers and shouts for Aavak, the champion of Sands, as he leaves victorious. No, but they did a good fight. The next fight is between Sir Karen of the Far North and the Unmoved Sword Fodder. Now, let's see where this one goes. So, Sir Karen versus the Unmoved Sword Fodder. Okay, chat, you got 1 minute. Place your bets. Arena always needs cleaners. That's true, actually. You might be able to get a job in the arena, Plumber's Mech. It'll be fine. I'm up to 51k, says Cersei the Mage. That's actually 5 names in game. Wow, look at what you've done to Plumber's Mech. He was riding high for a moment. Now he's trying to sell people in chat pictures of his ankles. How the mighty have fallen. You hate to see it. Okay, my last 106. I'm not addicted. You are. Best of luck, Plumber's Mac. Is dodging fireballs a requirement in this arena? Yes, actually, it seems to be. Though I suspect if he just tanked the fireball and just attacked, he might have survived. Manic Manifu is still down 5k, but Cersei the Mage started with 20k and is up to 51. They've been making some big wins. All right, bets are in. It's time to find out whether Sir Karen of the Far North will emerge once again victorious, or Gak, the Unmoved Sword Fodder, will shock the crowd by defying their name. The screams of the crowd echo all around as the fighters emerge from the gates. They stride closer as the horns blow when the crowd roars. This is the last fight of this stage. After this, the tournament will move to the next round, the final round. Gak the Unmoved takes a wild swing, but Sir Karen of the Far North is practiced in the art of war. Easily dodges it. Sir Karen of the Far North swings for Gak the Unmoved, but the hit is dodged. Okay. Maybe they're more evenly matched than we first thought. Gak the Unmoved gets a good hit on Sir Karen. Sir Karen of the Far North retaliates with a pair of well-placed strikes on Gak. Sir Karen of the Far North then parries with Gak for a while. Some members of the crowd hold up a banner with the words, "We bet on Gak the Unmoved Sword Fodder." Is that you, chat? Is that Cersei the Mage? Gak, the unmoved sword fighter, gets a head hit on Sir Karen, who is frowning at the placard. 10 HP, but it's got a long way to go. Sir Karen started with 331, with Gak only started with 241. The crowd begin chanting, "Kill Gak the unmoved!" Oh wow, the crowd is swinging left to right. Chat is getting a little bit too involved. Gak the unmoved blocks a hit, blocks and hits Sir Karen for a small amount. Sir Karen of the Far North stabs deeply into Gak the unmoved body, leaving a huge gash. 53 HP. Gak the unmoved sword fighter gets a fairly light hit on Sir Karen. The crowd cheer and shout for Sir Karen of the Far North. Sir Karen of the Far North, energized once again by the crowd's shouts, lightly stabs Gak the unmoved, lightly, for 30 HP. Gak the unmoved takes a wild swing but misses. Sir Karen of the Far North and Gak the unmoved are caught in a parry, but Sir Karen manages to break the parry, instantly getting a sharp blow. Sir Karen of the Far North gets a dazzlingly quick strike on Gak the unmoved sword fodder. Sir Karen of the Far North steps back and avoids a swift blow from Gak, whose movements are now wild. Sir Karen once again dodges the desperate swings from Gak as they feel their life's blood draining through the open wound in their torso. Sir Karen of the Far North tries to attack but slips and misses, probably slipping on all the blood, gouting out of Gak the unmoved. Sir Karen of the Far North swings for Gak the unmoved sword but misses only slightly, cutting the air just before him. But then, in a dazzling display, they lock once again in a parry, but Sir Karen breaks free and instantly gets a sharp blow, ending Gak the unmoved once and for all. Once you go Gak, you cannot go back. Oh, never mind. Oh, mini miracle. Bad timing. 3 hunk of blam. Ah, sigh. All of the pink pessimists. I mean, on the plus side, just think of how happy you just made the blue believers. 33.9k just changed hands. Sir Karen has won. Plumber's back, clawing back up from bankruptcy. This is all part of the plan. Okay, 105.8k to go to Yob God and 22 others. All right, we're on to the final battle. No, we're not resurrecting you. These are the current standings of the 8-man tournament, with only 1 round remaining to decide who will take the title and win the tournament. Will it be Esaruk, the champion of Sands, or Sir Karen of the Far North? Sir Karen has been a firm favorite so far. All right, chat. It's time for the most important gamble of all. The one that decides whether I make a bit of money or you all lose a lot of Dapper Ducks. Money's changing hands one way or another. I just hope it's not my money. All right. Once again, we are going to be between Esaruk, the champion. Actually, we'll go with the champion of Sands versus Sir Karen. One minute. Begin. Okay, I put 4 kids up as collateral. How much will you loan me? I'm not into loans. No. I will... actually, no. I've changed my mind. I will loan you Manic Manufa. There you go. However, if you default on the loan, can you keep the kids? Don't actually want them. How about if you default on the loan, the kids go to Manic Manufa? That's perfect. Everyone wins. Except Manic Manufa. I have returned at last. Has anything interesting happened in the stream? This stream of WARSIM. For day 2, we are gambling on the final battle in this 8-man tournament. It has been a bit wild this whole time. Esaruk had better win this. Yes, I agree. Bloody Falcon. I agree deeply. All right. Already the plumber's back. Didn't say their kids. Where did they come from? Oh, that's a good point, actually. Oh, dear. Everyone, quickly check. Are your children missing? All right, let's watch the fight. The final fight. The gates slide open as the crowd roars and chants. Both of the fighters emerge from either end of the arena. The fighters walk till they are close, and the horns sound once more for the fight to begin. Sir Karen of the Far North trips over. Wow, this is a great start. Several coins are thrown to the ground by the crowd. Sir Karen of the Far North gets a very sharp strike on the Aavak. Oh no! 31 HP. Followed up with a deep stab. Followed up with an effortlessly well-placed pair of strikes. Aavak, I hope you're just leading them into a false sense of security here. Aavak, the champion, stands, swings for Sir Karen and misses. And misses again. Sir Karen of the Far North stabs and rips open a deep wound in Aavak, the champion's of the Sands chest. It's not looking good, Blue Believers. The crowd cheer and shout for Aavak. Oh, maybe this will cause them to rally. Yes! Aavak, the champion of Sands, was just adding a bit of spice to the consummate entertainer. Now that the chant are chanting for their victory, stands up, swings, and stabs Sir Karen of the Far North for 52 HP. Sir Karen of the Far North, not ready to be outdone yet, gets a pair of quick strikes on Aavak, the champion of the Sands. Aavak, the champion of Sands, swings, stabs Sir Karen of the Far North hard for 45 HP. Several more coins are thrown to the ground. The crowd are electric right now. The crowd cheer loudly. Again, there we are, with people cheering on both fighters. It's impossible to tell who wants what. And then, okay, maybe the crowd a little bit want Aavak to win. They just threw a bottle and smacked Sir Karen in the face. Sir Karen of the Far North gets a quick but sharp stab on Aavak. Blood seeping from their hairline. And the champion's reign is over. Aavak, the champion of Sands, is dead. And my 1,000 gold is gone. However, I feel that quite a lot of people lost a lot more Dapper Ducks in chat over this. Come on, turns out I am able to perfectly predict the losers. I see, there goes my tiny little prop. Oh no. Okay, let's find out how many. We will actually look at this one. The only 34% of people bet on the champion of Sands though, but they cast 93,000 Dapper Ducats. 66% of people voted for Sir Karen, casting 178,000 Dapper Ducats. Well, Sir Karen is the new Grand Champion. Aavak, the champion of Sands, is defeated and eliminated from the tournament. The crowd cheers for Sir Karen of the Far North, the mighty victor. Complete prediction. Man, all that training for Aavak. Goodness. All right, let's have a look. 271,000 Dapper Ducats just went to Dead Gypsy and 17 others. Eliminated from a lot more than the tournament. Yes, they've been eliminated from life. Do you wish to resurrect Aavak, the champion? Yes. Yes, we do. Oh, they lost 57 battle score? That's rough. Reanimating the corpse of Aavak, the champion of Sands, is resurrected and bows to fight for you, taking position as the second champion of Sylvanas. There we are. The tournament has come to an end, and by the grace of the gods, the winner, and now Grand Champion of Sylvanas, is Sir Karen of the Far North, +1 battle score. Unfortunately, the fighter we bet on died. RIP. Well, I mean, we didn't make back the money that we spent on the tournament, but let's go and check out the new Grand Champion. 205 strength. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see their titles. They've got 1 8-man tournament win, and their backstory. The man speaks in a language that neither you nor any translator can understand. Oh, I see. Very, very mysterious. From the far, far north. All right. I love it. That was amazing. Okay. But now we have our winner. I need to go and find out who our champion is. Chat, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy the gamble, or did it take too long? I think the gamble added quite a lot to it. All right, let's have a look at your stats. 133, you know, just slightly shy of a knight. Not bad. Not bad for someone I didn't have to pay for. Let's get you a name. You were Aavak, the champion of Sands. but you shall from henceforth be Maton, the champion of sands. The dead champion of sands. The champion of dead sands. There we go. That's a little bit more interesting and mysterious. There you go. Well done. That was so much fun. It was perfect. Almost return to. I know, right, Gary? It takes some time. Sands. Yes. Gamba, long awaited. You are welcome, chat. All right. Well, we've got a full lineup now. I do still wish that I could see the actual champions' names better. Right, we've got quite a lot of money, but I don't actually want to spend much of it, if I'm perfectly honest. There may be some kingdom upgrades, but let's go exploring. Where are we going exploring today, chat? We're not even done with this turn. Oh, Oak Tree says north. Very well, to the northern lands we go. We've got a couple of places to check out here. Have we checked out the Thick Blood Tavern properly? Yeah, I think we have. We must have if we hide bandits. Yeah, we did. You know what? I'm gonna have a drink while I'm here. Thunk. You pay the 1 gold, and Ulfberth, yeah, we definitely spoke with Ulfberth, the unyielding. Pours an ale. The ale is good, but it doesn't seem to hit you at all. Because I have built up a tolerance to alcohol, it seems. All right. Let's see. We found an old ruined fort. You find the ruins of an old fort. It is unknown who once held it, but it has long since been abandoned and left to fade into the snowy wastes of the north. We could rebuild the fort. Ooh. We could get a new source of soldiers. I mean, we got the money. I think yes. Okay. New fort hype. You prepare the fort for construction and send for independent contractors to source materials and laborers to begin work. Oh, it's going to take a while. Okay, that's kind of cool. The Strength Stone. You approach the rock of the Northerners called the Strength Stone, a stone with strange ancient patterns on it. They say if you rub it 3 times, no more and no less, you will gain great strength for the remainder of the year. There is a small band of mercenaries here touching the stone before a battle. I will rub the stone. Once, twice, thrice. No more, no less. We have unlocked the path to the north. Okay. Now, we still want to check out the black markets. Can I just not rebuild that at all? I don't think I can. You find a wandering group of 11 masterless peasants. One of them steps forward, says, "We're looking for work. Got any?" Yes. Very well. Yeah, there's nothing I can do there now. But let's head north. Right, so we've found a strange green mound. The wild north is a fairly cold place. It is home to many who seek isolation from the rabble, but are too afraid of what lies far north. Strange green mound. You approach a bright green mound. It's empty, but you get an odd feeling about the place. Something is not right here. Oh, you spot a confused-looking wilder man walking alone. Who are you? Join me. Kill him. Join me? Scratches his head and grunts at you confusedly. Who are you? Join me. All right, then. I'm not going to kill him. You die because you're confused. That's just not who we are. All right, but I had decided that having done that, we need to check some things first. The Grand Champion is currently training here. Good. That's fine. I don't think there's anything else we want to do there. Greenskin Mining Company. I'm getting tribute from them. I could buy it from them, or I could take it from them, I guess, but I don't think we want to. The Brawler's Pit, we could check that out. I could watch a fight. I could bet on a fight. View rivalry records. Let's see how they're doing. Black Market is still trailing in wins. Okay, Balti, the Grizzled Veteran Bandit. I mean, we could watch the pit champion fight. Sign once again for the current Brawl Pit champion, Balti, the grizzled veteran bandit, to defend his title against the challenger. This challenger is Grimbald, the lucky veteran warrior. Let the fight begin. Okay. This is going to be a brawl rather than... Oh, wow. Balti, the grizzled veteran bandit, is just demolishing Grimbald. Good lord. The champion retains his title. Balti, the grizzled veteran bandit, is still the champion of the Brawl Pit. My goodness. Speak to the current pit champion. You approach Balti, the grizzled veteran. Show me your trophies. Champion shows you his trophies. The 2-pit trophy. The trophy was awarded for beating a black market fighter's pit champion in battle of 2 pits. All right. Tell me your stats. Battle sword 93. Reasonable health though. High health, in fact. Are you lucky? Yes, I think so. Who are you? I'm Balti, the grizzled veteran bandit, the champion of the Brawl Pit. Fair enough. Right, time for us to go, well, Fort Northwatch. Fort Northwatch Bandit Fort is complex ruled by Palin the Traitor. The fort is well defended. I wonder how much it would take me. 60,000. Maybe we want to buy... we probably want to get all of the forts that we can. But it's time for us to go to the black market and see about this place. Now, I believe we've done Central District, Guild Row, Dock Row, and the slums. We want to go to Dock Row. We want to go to the East Dock Company. I would like to arrange a shipping venture. And I would like to pop... I'm going to put 1,500 down on Orcish Ale. We'll see. All right. With that done... time for us to check out Black Row. Oh, actually, Black Row Fighters District, chat. We're slowly making our way through. I'm trying, because these areas are massive and there's so much reading involved in them. I try to just do a little bit now and then. Gary and Kit both want Black Row, okay? The place we were told not to go. As you pass into Black Row, you see a group of bald men with markings on their faces and thick robes wrapped around the... Ah, chat, it's you. You watch as they sneak off into the side streets and disappear. What are you up to, chat? You enter into the place known as Black Row. Black Row is known as the most vile depth of the black market, where a man with good intentions has never stepped foot. The place is a ruin filled with darkness and evil. This district is filled to the brim with seedy people of all shapes. Some of the folk appear to be less than human, and few guards dare to question them as they whisk in and out of the district. Okay. Well, we can speak to a random local. We've got the Raging Bookshop, the Abandoned Shack, building with red oval painted on it, strange building, ruins of the old prison, Monument of Kings, burned shacks, Black Alley, small house with a dark X painted on it, Old Shadow Assassin Den, Demon Hunter's Den, Black Market Sewers, and Black Road Tavern. Let's speak with a random local. There are lots of districts to check out there. I got about as much as I was expecting. Alright, well, given that, then we're going to go for the tavern. Alright, Orc Bartender, it looks like. You enter the Black Road Tavern, one of the surprisingly less seedy places in the worst part of an already questionable settlement. The wooden bar is so high you can barely see over it, and at its front stands a large... Oh, it's an ogre, oh no. A large ogre who appears to be its bartender. The tavern is relatively clean considering its location, however it's still rife with shady activity and filled with strange and seedy folk. A cloaked man sits alone. Okay. Right, well, let's... Oh, slavers. Read the silver plaque. You approach a silver plaque that shows the image of a left ear, a right ear, a set of spiky hair, and a star. It's a strange plaque with no writing on it. Okay, strange statue. Poser. McNamara the Stargazer. You approach a statue in the corner of the tavern with the name tag below it. It says McNamara the Stargazer, but someone has vandalized it with the word poser. They're a little confused. Focus. Oh. Huh. Alright, I can see what's going on here. Poke his left ear? Left eye, sorry? Oh, no, no, wait. No, that was wrong. I needed to... If I read the silver plaque, it's the ears. Left ear, right ear, a set of spiky hair, and a star. So, my bad. Left ear. Pull his left ear. Right ear. Rub his hair. And then poke the star in his hand. After pushing the star, the statue slides across and reveals a small doorway leading down. You head down it and hear... Oh, I'm already going. The voice shouts out, "Who are you and how did you get down here?" Oh, God. Where are we? Oh, it said calm, not clean. My bad, Kimono. Thanks for pointing that out. Hello, Salis Noctin. Just stopping by for a quick hello. Hope everyone is having a wonderful time zone. I can't stick around and enjoy the stream, sadly, but enjoy the stream, everyone else. Take care, Aavak and friends. Oh, take care, Salis Noctin. Thanks for dropping in. Right, don't question me. Who are you? I'll have you and anyone down there killed. That's who I am. Greetings. I touched the statue and found my way down here by mistake. I did some things and the statue rolled across. Stinky trolls, stinky trolls, stinky trolls, piss off. Oh, wow. That's bold. Right. I did some things and the statue rolled across. Man says, "Well, it keeps most people out, but I guess you got lucky. I'm Bentha, and you've discovered the Holy Land, my secret underground tavern. You're here now, so you may as well come in." Oh. Tavern within a tavern. Tavernception. You enter the Holy Land, a hidden den in the Black Road district for those who wish to drink away from the rest of the mess and rabble. The tavern is held by a group of bandits for hire and owned by a man named Bentha the Bad. Have a drink, Northern Ale. Pay 2 gold and Shui, the 10-foot tall, pours an ale. You thoroughly enjoy the ale. You can't tell what, but something about it really hits the spot. You consider it one of the nicer drinks you've ever had. You spill the last of your drink all over yourself. Now, rumor of your foolishness spread. -1 public opinion. Damn it. Okay, speak to the bartender. You approach the bartender. He nods and says, "Hey, how are you? Who are you?" "Well, my name's Shui. Nice to meet you." "What do you know about the black market?" "It's all right enough in some areas. I'm not a fan of this district we're in, though. Black Row is worrying. I think as long as you're careful, you'll be fine whatever you are." "What's it like bartending here?" "Yeah, it's fine. Thanks for asking. It's just a job, really. Most of us are friends here, so I don't deal with anyone being too demanding." "Okay. What's with the name? The 10-foot tall?" "It's the name of an old bar. I didn't even work there, but Bentha made it stick. I don't mind, though." "What's with Bentha?" "One of my best friends. He can seem like a cynic at times, but he's got a heart of gold. Not to be confrontational, but if you have an issue with him, you have an issue with us all." "Fair. I like these people. You know, this is like, no, this is awful. It's a terrible place." And then they're actually showing some of the most wholesome camaraderie. "Hey, Pinette. This game was made by a bartender." But where the jump bit? Maybe. Alright. What's with the local band here? There's a local band? I didn't see that. The giant drinks like a fish, but he's actually quite polite. His music isn't personally my taste, but you get used to it here. Okay, I like it. I like this place. Watch the Holy Land band perform. The spiky hit... Oh, this is a beat. The spiky hit giants... Wow. I was not expecting that. A smaller man sits next to the set of drums and begins to let loose. Right, okay, well, fair enough. That was a band. I didn't expect to get here for some live entertainment, but here we are. For the small price of solving a puzzle and 2 gold. That was awesome. Speak to Bentha the Bad, the owner of the Holy Land. Here in Transfer the Wild, finally home from work. When was Aavak's last tea break? We're gonna be due for one in 30 minutes. You approach Bentha the Bad. He looks at you plainly and says, "Yeah? Who are you?" "Bentha the Bad. I'm not that bad, though. I just hate annoying people and stupid questions. You're not going to annoy me, right?" Okay. Does Ogloob know about this place? Of course he does. That ogre owed me a few favors, so I called him in and had him let me build this place. He looks scary, but he's good. What do you know about the black market? I know enough. If you want to know about the market, go find a tour guide. That's fair. How did this tavern come to be? I've worked in and run several taverns around here. Got tired of dealing with so many idiots. I ended up building this place for me and my friends, and it's grown a lot since then. Still, if anyone pisses me off, they get tossed into a little hole we call the shame room. Oh dear. Where'd you get your ale? Wouldn't you like to know? I would, that's why I asked. Why is this place hidden? So the place doesn't end up full of random assholes causing trouble. I mean, there's logic to that, to be fair. You look a bit like that statue that leads down here. Makaramana the Stargazer was one of my ancestors, I'm told. Oh, that kind of makes sense then. What's with the local band here? The giant? You try and tell the giant, a giant punk he can't perform in your club. I'm happy not being squished into paste. Okay, that kind of makes sense. What do you do here? Mostly drinking and sarcasm, sometimes kicking people out for asking dumb questions. Good chat. Right, speak to Bentha Bad, we've already done that. Ask about hiring a local Holy Land bandits. Or watch a brawl. Speak to a local patron. I don't know you. I came to this place to drink with friends. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Watch a brawl. You notice the mood change in an instant and a fight happens. The fight began when Ordhelm the Holy thought Nalfigir the Unproven had called him a coward. You misheard Nalfigir the Unproven actually commenting on the spilling of a table of drinks, shouting, "You spill milk like a cow does." Okay, let's have a watch of this one. I wonder if they're just going to have random fights constantly and it's actually going to tell you why the fight started. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. I guess we'll find out. The fight is finally on it. The winner of the fight is Nalfigir the Unproven. Okay. Let's ask about hiring local Holy Land bandits. Bentha says, if you want to hire some men, he has 105 bandits for you at 40 gold per head. You could afford 105 of them. You can only have, well, that's not great, but I'll take 5. There we go. You can now recruit Bentha's bandit mercs via the main recruitment menu. All right. Okay, well, that was actually kind of amazing. All right, play 12. You approach the table where a man is playing a dice game called 12. He says, would you like to play? You can go first or second, up to you. How do you play? At the start of the game, a player rolls a die. Anything above 1 indicates the number of die the player will have. Roll a 6 and you shall, for the remainder of the game, have 6 die. Roll a 1 and you shall have 2 die, as 2 is the minimum. Whatever the first player gets, the second player has the rest. There are 8 dice to share, so if the first player had 4 dice, then the second would also have 4. If the first rolled a 5, then the second would have 3, and so on. Once the die are divided, the game begins, and each player rolls all of their dice, trying to get a combined value of 12 with all their dice. If they both succeed, it will be a draw. Okay, I like this. I'll go first. Let's roll. Okay, even dice. You both roll your dice. Okay, I got a 3, a 6. Okay, well, that's not a 12, sadly. Okay, let's see. Oh, so close. God damn it. I lost. My luck with the dice is apparently over. Let's speak to the bartender. You approach the bartender, a strange man who identifies himself as Oglub, and says, don't worry, I know I'm an ogre, so don't mention it. There. Who are you? My name is Oglub. I'm an ogre. I own this bar with earnings I made as a warrior for hire. This is just about the only place I could set up a bar, as you can imagine. Any other questions? Who runs the black market? Black market is run by its de facto leader, Jaxhad, the creator. He is known for his extravagance, and since he has been in power, it does look nicer around here. Tell me about the black market. Black market is a giant nail in the side of authority and rule. It's good. It's different. It allows many to be themselves. That said, there is much evil here, and it doesn't need to hide so well in the shadows. A place of mixed blessings for certain, but I mostly enjoy my time here. Tell me about the tavern. This tavern, I couldn't think of a smart name, so I named it after the area. I suppose us ogres aren't known for our sharp minds. That aside, prior to me taking it over, it was a warehouse. Now it's one of the few reasons anyone comes to Blackrow. Tell me about Blackrow. Blackrow. I know I live here, but it's probably one of the worst places dark things happen here. Very dark things. I make sure not to get lost. It comes to something when an ogre is afraid. Tell me about Dockrow. Dockrow. It smells like salt and is full of seamen and gulls. Not a great place, and I hate pirates. Still, when the pirates do make it this far, they drink well. That's all that matters to me, I suppose. Tell me about the slums. The slums are an awful place. Lots of suffering goes on here. Even slavers pass through. It upsets me even to visit. Oh. Yeah, oh, no, I'm a king. No, I've always been a king. I'm a king. My father was king. His father before him. A long line of kings. No, never been a slaver. What's with the statue in the corner? That old thing? Statue of a man called McNamara, the Stargazer. He was one of the founding bandits who formed the modern black market. Posed for statues and busts so frequently they began calling him the Poser. It wasn't long before they stopped calling him that on account of him cutting their tongues off. I also heard he was good at playing the banjo. Not sure how much truth there is to that, though. Well, he's dead now anyways. What drinks do you have on tap? We've got regular ale and something I've been brewing myself. Haven't had a lot of takers, but this drink is so strong it'll knock a dwarf's beard off. Very well. You pay the 3 gold and Ogloob the ogre pulls a mug and fills it with a strange broth filled with strange bits and what looks like a toenail. You feel unwell looking at it, but after a few sips, it's not as bad as it looked. You drink the rest, but leave the toenail at the bottom. Huh. +2 drunk levels. You look over your shoulder, and for a moment, you could swear you saw one of the cloaked tavern goers' eyes turning red. You looked at Ogloob, who is wiping a glass and seems uninterested in the goings-on. Dear Lord. Take care, Vance. All right. I can stand back and look at the large bar. Ogloob the ogre stands tall next to the giant bar. Nearby, a local drinker makes it clear just how tall the bar is, higher up than his head. A strange bar, full of customers with crooked necks. Speak to a random patron. If you want something built cheap and fast, hire a goblin engineer. If you want it done cheap and good, hire a human. Fast and good, get a dwarven engineer. If you want it built instantly, find yourself a demigod engineer. Ha 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 ha. I see. Right, okay. Speak to the local slaver. Shady man with a cloak over his head offers to sell some slaves. 6 gold per head. He has 320. Speak to the shady man. The man grunts at the request and returns to asking if you're going to buy slaves or not. Yes, I will, because it'll possibly give me a place I can get them. At only 6 gold per head, it's not actually bad, but I'll just take 20. You pay the gold and the shady man scurries off and returns with the requested slaves. Say hello to your new lord, he says, grinning at you. Alright. I have 300 men available. We'll take 0 to not buy anymore. Okay, that didn't actually give us access. Interesting. What about the cloaked man? As you approach, he turns his head to greet you and quickly speaks. Do you chase the shadows? Do we chase the shadows? I need to know, chat. Do we chase the shadows? Yes, says Pinette. Yes. Bring the growth of the sewer to the old shadow and to the grave of kings. And should a great pile of 10,000 crowns burn, we shall be happy. Man grins and then gets up and seemingly disappears into the crowd of the tavern goers. Oh, goodness, okay. Very well. I feel there's a lot going on here. I'm not sure we can even... There was one building here. And we're coming up close to my next tea break. All right, let's go into the Raging Bookshop. You enter the strange and dirty bookshop tucked away in the deep recesses of Blackrow. Inside is a calm-looking man sat on a small chair reading a book. The place itself looks almost in ruin, with destroyed bookshelves and pieces of paper and torn books lining the floor in every direction. You approach the man, who looks up and says, "Welcome, what do you want? Who are you?" "I'm the one they call Book Rage." "What happened here?" "I believe I destroyed my books in a fit of rage." "Does anyone come here?" "Not really. Black Rose dead." "What do you do here?" "Well, I often help with construction. Sometimes the local wealthy folk come to me for advice. I have good ideas and a sharp mind, just sometimes I fly into fits of rage and destroy books. What can I say?" There. Abandoned shack. You visit the small, semi-burned shack nestled amongst the ruin of Blackrock. Enter the hut. You enter the ruined house and see a bloodied head on the floor and a large skull marking the door. The smell in the room is awful. You can't stay for long. Investigate the head. You investigate the bloodied head on the floor. It seems the head is covered in scratches and appears half-eaten, with a large chunk, skull and all, missing from the head. The smell is awful. You can't stay for long. Try the door. You... I had the skull key. Huh. You use the skull key and manage to open the door. Behind the door is a room covered in scorch marks and a single scroll on the ground with some words written on it. "Ye who holds the key of skulls, follow its trail no more, for ye shall find eternal pain and nothing worth the bore. But if ye seek a fate as this, then I shall leave a single clue. Where there be sand, there you must go." So to the east. Okay. Let's exit. All right. Now that is very bloody interesting. I'm not going to enter the sewers. Let's go to the Demon Hunter's Den. You approach the ruins of the Demon Hunters Guild, a group that were dedicated to eradicating demonic influence. They didn't last long. Visit the old Shadow Assassin's Den. You approach the ruins of the Shadow Assassin's Den, once a hub of death, and even in the Black Road they were unwelcome, killing men of all levels of power. The struggles this caused almost destroyed the Black Market, but Black Market decided to destroy them instead. You hear whispers within. Oh dear. Oh dear. Bit late. How does goes our ruse? Peasants. Reduce. Non-peasant workforce. Recycle. Peasants. Initiative. Reuse. Oh, sorry, not ruse. Reuse, reduce, and recycle. Quite well, actually, yeah. Alright. Let's go with the building with a red oval painted on it. You enter the building with a red oval painted on it, and are met by a group of bald men in robes. They seem a little surprised by your visit, but welcome you. The room is dusty and seems like it has been long abandoned until recently. In the center of the room is a book on a pedestal. Speak to a random member. The other men in the room are silent and refuse to speak to you. Okay, speak to the leader. You approach the man who appears to be the leader. Welcome to the Doom Hall, home of the Brotherhood of the Doomstone. Who are you? I am a noble. What is the Doom Hall? A structure of worship. What is the Doomstone? It is a magical stone far into the wild north, a sacred place. What do you do here? We believe in the Holy Doomstone. We believe the stone holds the truth of this world. We sit with it and hear its secrets. Okay. Let's read the book on the pedestal. The 9 tenets of the Brotherhood of the Doomstone. Always listen to the words of the stone. Never question its teachings. Those who would threaten the stone shall be beheaded. Those who would abandon the cause shall be beheaded. Those who are late to meetings shall be beheaded. Those with a name that starts with the letter P shall be beheaded. Those who worship other stones shall be beheaded. Those who behave without confirmation from the Grand Brother shall be beheaded. Those who ask to be beheaded shall be drowned. Wow. Okay. Noted. Okay. Visit the strange building. These strange ruins seem recent. I wonder how recent. I wonder if there are like timed things. Like if you don't get to certain things, that's it. You don't get a chance to. So you have the small house with a dark X painted across it. You enter a dark, dank house and find a horribly aged old man with huge red black eyes and that make him seem sinisterly inhuman. Tells you that he can summon demons from the demon gate to serve you. For a fee, of course. For science? You chant some words that have not been said in centuries in several long-dead languages, and before you know it, you're standing outside the hut. Okay, I wonder what was actually said in that sound clip. To the left of you, a demonic towering beast stands, and from behind the hut, a cloak is thrown over the beast to hide it from its horrific form from the locals to prevent panic. Behold, a demon now serves you. +1 demon. -1 demon from the demon horde? Okay. Can I get another one? Oh, I can't. The house marked with the dark X is burnt down. Oh. Oh, dear. Well, we are the baddies. What? No. No, this demon is a good demon. This demon is named Morris. He has no, okay, that Morris was actually evil. Fair point. Okay. Right, we can go to the ruins of the old prison. You approach the ruins of the old prison. You can hear screeches from within. Well, one and done, demon summon. You enter the ruins and discover a man sat on a crude stone throne, drunkenly cheering and watching monsters fight. Speak to the man. You approach the drunk man. He sees you and says, "Greetings, a fellow Mon fan." Who are you? What are you doing here? Getting drunk and watching my monsters fight each other to the death. Just a regular day, really. Do you always do this alone? If I can help it. Still, you're welcome to join me. What is this place? This is the old prison. In the old days of the market, it held the worst criminals. It was feared by all and heavily guarded. One day, a local fool who sought to be king of the market set them all free. He was quickly killed by the escapees, and they took the market for themselves. Okay. Where do you get these monsters? Tall grass, dark caves, the deepest depths of the underworld. Wherever I can find them, really. What led you to doing this? Well, I always loved monster fighting. I've worked as a traveling merchant for a long time. I figured now is the time for fun. Why do the monsters fight? Same reason anyone fights. The 3 L's, my friend. Loot, land, and glory. I see. Glory, is it? Okay, well, watch a monster fight. Tall grass fighting monsters? He's Team Rocket. From the shadows, 2 creatures charge out and make their presence known. The first monster's cage opens and it enters the room. This monster has a fat rectangular head and a pig-like nose and has a large body with thick chest and 2 large sets of pincers on either side. The second monster's cage opens and it enters the room. This monster has a fat rectangular head with closed eyes and sharp teeth and has a stubby, skeletal body. The creatures burst towards each other. Okay. I feel that the first monster has a decided advantage here. That being said, that advantage is quickly dissolving. Oh, this is cutting it fine. There we go. The first monster cuts the opponents with its pincers. The second monster drops dead. Fierce battle is over. A monster lies dead. The first monster survives to live another day. Mon fighting never gets old. On to the next. I see. Fair enough. Yeah, they have done an amazing job with the ASCII. Right. So we got the back alley, the burned shacks. Go to there. You approach the charred ruins of some houses burned down during the purge of the shadow assassins of the black market. It's unknown who lived here. It's believed that the ruins are cursed. Monument of Kings. You approach the place known as the Monument of Kings, the monument that marks all those who have ruled the black market over its years. Read the names. Handir the monster, Guthrum the ogre, Gargal the legendary. Alright. Now, where did it say I needed to take the grasses and stuff to? Sorry, when we said the shadow. Well, I'm saying grass. It might be moss or something. Or maybe even slime. If we go down the sewers, got to take it to. I know the Monument of Kings. To the old shadows. The old Shadow Assassin's Den. The Monument of Kings. No, let me pop in there and see. Oh no, it's gone. Okay. Very well. The Burn Shack. Alright, well, Back Alley is the next one. You approach the place known as the Back Alley. An alleyway is said to have been cursed by great evil that once rested here. It is believed that those who enter the darkness of the alleyway are never seen again. Send a soldier through the alley. Send a soldier to walk down the back alley. Slowly makes his move, and as soon as his body passes into the shadow, he screams, and in a quick flash, he's gone, and a demonic cackle is heard. And another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. Whatever's down there will eventually get fat. And then we will have our moment to shine. Oh my god. It's taken a long time to get full and fall asleep. To be honest. I'm not going to walk down there. I've got a funny feeling this game could just up and kill me and be like, haha, you idiot, you did the thing we told you not to do. Hey, Bilal, how you doing, mate? When's the team going to say, dude, stop? Alright, I want to go to the sewers. You enter the dingy sewers of the Black Market, said to have once been a small dungeon network. It now funnels the waste of the Black Market, and it's littered with skulls, bones, and urine. You hear laughter in the distance. Visit the rat racing pen, the blue tree patch, the dirt den, the madman's den, the ruined yellow mural, the ruined red mural, the ancient door. Speak to the local mutant, investigate the sound of laughter. Soldier 74, you're our last hope. Soldier 75, you're our last hope. Soldier... I know, right? Okay, I think we're going to have to come back here. I don't want to push forward any further, and I don't have 10,000 gold to spend. So, I'm going to come back and handle that another time. And actually, we're coming up to our tea break time as well. So, I think it may be time for us to pass the turn. Yes. Now, if I just double check the branded group, I think it's the runic the clandestine orange cloaks are on the verge of being defeated. Yeah, they are. So they're the ones we're going to go for. You just watched the menu. How did you find it, Bilal? Right, let's pop most of my cash into the Royal Bank. Oh, actually, you know what? No, deposit it all. All in on saving our money. With that, time for us to pass a turn. Your steward, drop table, great. Oh, I didn't deal with any of the visitors. I forgot about that. Bowsina says, I have dealt with the 10 visitors and petitioners for you. Here's my report. I spent a total of 30 gold. I earned a total of 34. Well done, you earned me money. I had 2 people imprisoned. I hired a peasant and I hired a soldier. Public opinion has fallen by 1 point. Okay. My king, shall we launch an attack? Yes. Against the clandestine orange cloaks. We are going to invade. I'm going to send a quarter of my troops. I would like all of my champions to take part. I've done some spying. We are easily going to destroy them. They've 9,000 battle score against 71,000. Good, let's go. Wait until nightfall. Waiting while the weather changes, the troops prepare. My 11 Divine Shadow Asfanti units get double strength at night. Battle strength bonus. Sure, send a wave of undead. Okay, nice. They did a decent bit of damage. Got some warlords killed. The undead horde is no more, sadly. You managed to form an effective pincer and overrun the opponent's flanks. And they're gone. Your invasion was a success and you gain land and glory. We also gained 123 unawoken corpses. More public opinion, more peasants, and 3 general bandit level has been dropped. We've actually really decimated the general bandit level. It's a good one. Seen a few times. Seen even. I might have had a few, had some side. Well, I hope you enjoyed the night, mate. Alright. We don't need to have a look at that. My lord, we are under attack from the Scarlet Cult. Do you want to see the battle report? Yes. Okay, we've got 421 defenders for the battle, plus 39 militia peasants, plus 17 from Fort Kulak. Your 5 Divine Shadow Svanti units get half strength in the daytime. Damn it, it's already daytime. Okay, well, there's quite a lot of them. The fighting rages on. A small rumble happens. Suddenly, part of the battlefield collapses on itself. It seems there was a small unstable mine shaft right under the battlefield. Oh, we lost a lot from that. We lost a pygmy cloud demigod. You launch a sudden hard fast attack on the scared cult lines, shocking them and pushing them back. Another pygmy cloud demigod. No one can take the advantage, but both fight on with equal force. Lost another one as well. You break through the lines and manage to push the scared cult back a little bit. And, God, we're just hemorrhaging pygmy cloud demigods. For a moment, the battle ceases and both sides stand and stare at each other before charging to fight one more. You feign a withdrawal and manage to get the scared cult to move out of a better position before turning back and attacking. We lost 2 Divine Shadow Esfanti Calflings that turn. But we did get 158 unawoken corpses. You can customize report. Let's have a look at the report. See how this one went down. So, received a decent amount of rents from 9 lands, tributes from the companies, bank tax, general tax. No, actually that lot from general tax. Caravans did okay. Earned 13 gold in interest from the 6,162 stored. Bandits pillaged 531 due to events of personal policy. Opinion was increased by 2. We enlisted 77 peasants. A group of 2 goblins joined us. Alath Darkmane sent us 23 soldiers. Mokan sent us 3 soldiers. And our knights trained 145 peasants into soldiers. During the Taxing the Tax Day celebration, 27 people were sacrificed. Fires during the Taxing the Tax Day celebration have killed 11 people. On your command, soldiers tossed 6 peasants into the southern lava pit. That was a lot there. 1,900 on other expenses. Grand Champion has increased Sir Karen of the Far North skill by 2. That's very nice. Getting almost close to 100 there now. Your corpse baggers have brought us 17 fresh corpses. Kit's Explorer Band fight with the Sylvanas Patrol, but lose. Goliath Empire attempt to raid you, but are caught in the act and flee. 8 of your unawoken corpses have rotted. Your Eastdock Company Orcish Ale venture has been unsuccessful. Damn it. Scared Cult enlisted more. Fine Shadow Sea. Recruit raided the lands of the Aavak. Hired Black Council to invade the lands of the Aavak. Treasury is increased by 1,249 gold, and your bank has increased by 13. Alright. With the old year faded, the year 185 has begun, and with it comes a feeling that this year is the year of goblin kind. Okay, so they populations are going to swell pretty aggressively. Alright, it is time to go on tea break. It is indeed time for my break. So, I'm going to step away for a couple of minutes, and when we return, we will get back to working our way through another turn. These turns take forever now, but we're not going to have to worry about the throne room. Our steward will take care of that. We can, of course, dip our faces in there every now and then. But we need to, well, we've removed one of the bandit threats, so we can now try removing the last. And then there are simply no more bandits for us to worry about, though I believe they will gradually restore themselves. Also, I want to check on the bandits' overall level of activity within our lands. But we're going to go on tea break. I shall leave you with some funky and, disproportionately action intense music.